Michael Helene's artwork. I did an order on Art Snacks just a few days ago for a QOR water paint set. It basically, you were able to create your own pan set, and it came with little travel set. I got to pick my own. I got to pick, sorry, my kids are in the background and I don't feel like doing a voiceover for this, and they're playing Roblox, so I can't control any loudness. I'm sorry. They get crazy. So anyhow, I was able to pick these colors. I'm going to test them. It has some wells, and then it came with, let's see what it came with. It came with a brush, and let's just see if, what's in here? Oh, in Pure Art Snacks form, we got our QOR, and I've never used this, so I'm curious how it is. But the QOR watercolor sticker, which I love, our little snack, which always goes to one of my kids, and a little booklet that watercolor, QOR, modern watercolor, with all the colors listed, swatched. So actually, maybe what I can do, I'm going to swatch these. I like this card. It actually reminds me of my business cards a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
Where are my business cards? Hold on.
Okay, where are you? Hi.
Like, I mean, this is just one I carry around with me, but it kind of reminds me of that. No, I don't know. Maybe a little bit, huh? Anyways, okay. So, oh, these are the Art Snacks ones. So it says, your day just got brighter. Yay! Your personally curated QOR watercolor palette is here.
Go over here.
And then some other stuff. So anyways, I like it. So these are the colors that oh wait, let's go back here. Let's move this out of the way. So this is a round Princeton #2, which is always nice to have a little teeny brush. What? Is it still doing it? What did I say? She's weird. Woman's weird. Okay, so here we go. I went ahead and kind of sampled.
Nobody talk.
No, you don't talk. I'm doing my video. Okay, so I went ahead and kind of sampled this. The only thing I can kind of say is the green gold. I'm sort of curious if I could have just gotten that with the sap green and the cad yellow. I was thinking it was a little bit more gold than green, but it's pretty green. I went ahead and circled some of the pieces. So the cad yellow is here. The burnt sienna is here. Can you see that? Let's see if it focuses somewhere. Yep. The green gold is over here. And you can see, oh, sorry, I missed one. Green gold is here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty like green gold, but I think sap green and yellow might be able to get that color. But anyways, I kind of did this by what I needed, basically.
What are you doing?
Permanent Algerian crimson here. Cerulean blue, which I just like cerulean blue for skies and things, and I use a lot of sap green. I go through these colors a lot. That's why I purchased these colors. So we're going to kind of just do a little test and see what they do. I also used my Kuretake pen just to kind of break it down. And these paints are really nice. They're super thick. Oh man, quiet. They're definitely thick. I didn't add a lot of water, and of course this is a tiny brush. But you can see how well that yellow covers. And I struggle with yellows sometimes. Yellow can be like super pastel or see-through. Now I am going to get a little bit of bleeding. I kind of wanted to see what it did over top of the Kuretake brush pen. But you can kind of see what it did. I mean, honestly, it just kind of made it a little green, which is fine. But I'm sure that it fades fine. But man, it's a pretty opaque yellow. I mean, look at that. It's very opaque.
Yeah.
Why are you taking your shoes off? We're getting ready to go in a minute.
I'm putting them back on.
Oh, okay. So we're going to clean our brush off. We'll try the burnt sienna. Whoop. Okay, so we'll add a little drop of water here. Oh, I still have a little of the yellow in there. Hold on. Ooh, that yellow is so dense. It's so dense. I like this color. I'm kind of been experimenting with different watercolors. I haven't really used a lot of, oh yeah, that's nice. Look at that. This color is so pigmented. I'm not used to that. I mean, I've used Windsor Green and some of the stuff you can get from Michael's. And then I also used the Kuretake pans from this last month's, July's Art Snacks box. But man, I put like a teeny drop of paint and man, it is moving and shaking. I mean, that's dense. I very rarely get that much color payoff with watercolors. But the Kuretake I felt like was kind of like that. It's very creamy.
Oh, I just skipped.
And I'm sure it dries out, although the Kuretake doesn't. But you can see how absolutely dense that is. Now let's try this brush. We got, what did I say, the Princeton Round 2? Oh, you know me and my hearts. Let's see, we'll do a heart maybe. So, I mean, it's pretty fine. And it holds a lot of pigment and a lot of water. I mean, for such a tiny little brush, look how good that holds up. Wow. Okay, so can I just say, I have to do a video on this, but I just got in yesterday. I finally bought some Rosemary and Co. Loman, stop whining. You're such a whiner, girl. What are you upset about? I had to start a fight this morning from Roblox because Loman and her cousin Peyton got in a fight over the fact that one of them had a dragon and one of them didn't. If you don't play Roblox, you'll never understand, but oh my god. I mean, I could just keep going. Like, this color is crazy. I mean, I've got such a small amount of pigment on here, and just by adding a little bit of water, I mean, it just, look at that. I mean, it's so opaque still. It's really crazy. And I think the color itself is beautiful. I mean, it's a burnt sienna. I like burnt sienna. I use it a lot. I feel like as far as browns go, like I usually use this as my base of almost every brown. It just warms it up. It looks prettier than some of the other like cooler browns. Not that you don't use those sometimes, but I just feel like on canvas it always looks a little bit gray unless I add a little bit of burnt sienna to, you know, any kind of brown that I'm doing. Unless I want it to be gray, and then of course, you know, whatever. All right, so this is the Alzerium Crimson, which I'm expecting to also be, oh, look at how pretty. Oh my god, I feel like it's like painting with oil paint. Only it's water. Maybe it's how it's supposed to be. I mean, I've only had really kind of like cheaper watercolors. Not that they're cheap. I mean, Winsor Newton's not cheap, but it's just a different experience, you know? Or maybe I'm not using enough. I don't know. I feel like my color payoff is never like this. But man, I am loving this.
Let me go first.
I mean, look how it doesn't like spread. Even on this paper, which is the Grumbacher paper. It's a mixed media paper, but it's not super thick. I think it's like 90 pounds. But I'm not getting a lot of bleeding. It'd be interesting to see what it does on watercolor paper.
Okay.
I'm just kind of playing with it. I wanted to see if I could thin it out a little bit. You can see the color a little thinner. But I mean, look at that. This tiny little drop of paint goes such a long way. So pretty. And it blends beautifully. Whew, like it. I'm roughing up the paper too much water. Okay, just trying to use it because I didn't put much color down, but man, I probably could have used half.
That's why I didn't even die.
All right, so let me get all this red off because we're going to green and we don't want to brown it out. All right, we'll swish around, clean my brush off.
I died.
I usually use 2 bottles of water, one to clean and one to use as clean water so that I don't get, you know, but you can see that's pretty clean there. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so I definitely thought that was going to be more green, but it's really cool. It like starts as green. Oh my god, I like it. It's just neat. So like it's green if you use it dense, and then it definitely fades to like a gold color. And I did use a little bit less of this, and it is a little more translucent, but in a really cool way. So you could definitely like fade it from that green to gold if you wanted to. So let's see if I can make this really more yellow. But you can see what I was talking about, maybe mixing the sap green, but I don't know if it would have the same effect. So I kind of like that it's got this like green sort of effect. And again, I didn't use as much, but you can see it goes from like green to yellow, which is kind of neat. I was trying to smooth it down a little bit, but it's kind of tricky on this paper. And of course with this brush. But I think that's the appeal of it. It really does have like a gold to it. And you can see this brush is very good for watercolor. I mean, I've dipped it once and I'm getting a ton of pigment still. And of course I can do some really, really nice thin lines. Probably a good signature brush, I imagine. I have horrible handwriting, so I'm probably not the one to discuss that with. Let's see if we add more water, how light it gets. It's hard because I can't add too much water to this. I just wanted to test the colors, but look at that. It's so pretty. I like it a lot. It's definitely a fun color.
What?
What are you upset about now? Girlfriend, what? What happened?
Help with it.
What do you need help with? What can mommy help you with?
It's because she can't make it.
What can't she make?
Can't make this
It's really hard.
Oh, it's a hard obby. All right, don't get whiny. I'm taping this and I'm gonna do
Can I
it.
pick a game?
No one wants to make it.
She and her cousin play all freaking day. Well, not all day. I mean, we do other things, obviously, but look at the cerulean blue. Look how opaque that is. That tiny drop
Play
of
my
color.
game now.
I really didn't think this would take this long, but this is like
Play my
so
game.
pretty. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a watercolor painting later, I think. I'm working on a Black Lives Matter sort of set right now, and I'm having so much fun painting these beautiful oil paintings of African-American women and children. But I did do a watercolor one, but man, I wish I kind of had this. Sorry about the noise in the background. Oh man, keep it down. I don't think my daughter actually knows how to speak. She only knows how to yell. Loman, do you know how to speak like a normal person?
No.
See, she yells. And you should hear her scream. Oh my God. She's got the scream of a banshee. Dad, I'm recording, just so you know. And I'm just doing it live real quick, and then I'm done in like 2 seconds. And then I'll take you up to get your car. I just want to let you know so you didn't say anything. Why are you handing me that? Just here. Oh, is that for lunch? Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna choose a game.
All right, so I got to take my dad up to pick his car up. This is sap green. I was kind of curious to see how close the sap green was to the gold green, but I mean, it's totally different.
I don't want to go.
You don't want to go? You don't want to ride? Go on a car ride? Oh, you tricking me.
Mama, I want this. I want this.
What is it?
It's but I want it. I want it. I want it. Can I have it? Can you
What
wait?
is it? Can you wait till I'm done with the video?
Look, I want it.
How about I wanted you to be quiet during the
Look,
video?
you see, I want this. I want this.
What is it?
I want it.
Well, what is it? Do you even know what it is? It's a pet kitsune. All right, well, give me a minute. Give me a minute and I might. Let me finish my video. It's almost done. All right, so here's my sap green. I'm telling you, they want. And then if I want something, it's like, nope. I said, be a little bit quiet while I do this video because I don't want to voice over it.
Can I have two for
Excuse me.
I need two for
It's okay. I kind of like it. It's kind of funny. I feel like most people will understand. I don't have an art studio right now. I'm staying with my folks, and so I got to make it work. And I think people will just have to understand, right? Anyways, this is the sap green. So anyways, this is the obviously I got to go, but this is the QOR watercolor. This for moss? Oh my God, you guys can't even see it. Oh my God, hold on. I'm sitting here talking and not paying attention. Hold on. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'll have to cut that, I guess. That's okay, you won't have to hear all the yelling. So this color for like moss, look at that. Oh my God. Like look at this color for grass or moss. They can't whisper, they just have to yell all the time. Okay, I'm sorry that I cut that off. But yeah, I feel very happy with the colors that I chose. I think there's a lot of movement here. Generally, I feel like anytime you order anything like this, I typically like to get like you know, the 3 actual primaries, which is like a magenta color, a cerulean blue, which is, what is that color that they use? Cyan? I feel like it's the closest thing to cyan. Maybe it's not. And then the cad yellow primrose I feel like is a pretty good yellow. And honestly, with these 3 colors here, you could mix pretty much any color in the rainbow. I'm a hairdresser by trade, and I'll tell you, red, yellow, and blue are not the primary colors. And we're trained that way as well, but it blew my freaking mind when I realized that you cannot get purple using a general dark blue and red. It doesn't work. Does it look purple? Yeah, kind of, but it's like a dark brown purple. So, but if you mix the Algerian crimson and cerulean blue, just try it. You're going to get a much prettier purple. In fact, we'll do it when we get back, and I'll show you guys what that looks like at the end of this video, and we'll see how many primary colors we can get with those colors. Does that sound fun? That sounds fun to me. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to start part 2. Please don't forget to subscribe and to like. I'm trying to build my site, and I'm learning every day, and it's been super fun. So in this part, we are actually going to work on primary and secondary colors and discuss the color wheel. Okay, so I was just kind of playing here with some of the different primaries that I got in my custom kit. This is the crimson, the cad yellow, making orange, and making sure these colors actually did work as primary colors. As you can see, they did, and I did some different levels to make sure before starting the color wheel. So this is where we start. As you can see, the bottom is going to be your typical red, yellow, blue. The top is going to be your magenta, cyan, and yellow. And it's very interesting because I tried really hard to get good lighting on this. It was at night, and I didn't have as much outdoor lighting as I normally do, but you'll be able to really see the difference here. The biggest difference, honestly, in my opinion, was the purples, which we'll get to in a minute. But here I am adding the yellow to, well, I started with the primaries, obviously, and I used different watercolors. So I did use the QOR colors in the top one. In the bottom one, I used some Winsor Newton colors and some other things that I had in order to use like a more classic red. The yellow is the same. The blue is, I believe I have a phthalo blue in this particular color wheel. And on the top one is more of, it's a cerulean blue, which is a little bit lighter blue. To me, it's closer to your cyan blue. I didn't have that exact color. I know they make it in some lines, but I didn't have it. So basically, when you're doing making any color that you need to make, you're going to start with your 3 primaries, right? If you want to go with what you've been taught, you know, you've got your red, yellow, blue, and then basically you're going to have your colors in between, which are your secondary colors and tertiary colors. So you have your red, yellow, blue, blue, violet, blue, green, green, yellow, green, green, orange, violet being your secondary colors, blue, green, yellow, green, in the green category being your tertiary colors, yellow, orange, red, violet, and blue, violet. These dimensions are, I guess, not really dimensions, but the amounts of each one. So to get green, you're going to do half and half. To get blue-green, you're going to do 3/4 blue to 1/4 yellow, and so on and so forth. Basically, I laid down the yellow, and I did equal parts to get, the yellow and the red did equal parts to get orange. In order to get the yellow-orange, you're going to do 3/4 yellow to 1/4 red. With the red-orange, you're going to do 3/4 red to 1/4 yellow. And you can see on here how clear some of them come out and not so clear others come out. But I'm getting a pretty good result as far as the orange goes, as far as the green goes. Not super bright like you would imagine. But when we get to the purples, this is where I think painting becomes very tough. Oh, and keep in mind, guys, I use a freaking water-soluble pen when I did this, not thinking clearly, like a moron. So it did bleed a little bit. I'm sorry about that. you still get the effects. I don't think it's a problem. But the blue violet, red violet, violet, same thing. The problem is I really had to play with these to even get something that looked like violet. So as you can see, I wrote, yeah, right. I did this and played with it forever. I even did it on a different piece of paper. It is almost impossible to get a true purple or violet with the classic red and your sort of darker phthalo blue that we've been taught in school. I'm a hairdresser. I can tell you for sure that if I have red, like a real red in someone's hair, and I want purple and I put blue on it, it's going to brown out. It just doesn't work. Magenta, however, works much better. Now, I prefer a lighter magenta, and Algerian crimson isn't quite magenta. However, it was just magenta enough that it made such a huge difference. Usually when I'm painting, if I'm going to do this type of thing or make colors, I will use generally a magenta color or a light magenta if I'm looking for something a little brighter. But you guys, you can make, you can literally make every color. That's all you need. I mean, if you had these three colors and black and white, you'd probably be fine. You could do pretty much anything. So here I am starting. I should have started with the green like I did below, but I started with the yellow because I learned that I could build up to it. I started with the green and I had a little bit of, like the blue, green, and yellow, green. And I ended up with some of that on the brush when I went in to do the yellow. So not super bright on my part, but I learned my lesson. And that's what we're doing here. So as you can see, I'm adding the colors, the blue where the blue belongs, and you can see the amounts that I did. So a little more blue, equal parts in the green, half and half in the green area, 3/4 to 1/4 in the blue-green, and vice versa in the yellow-green. So you're 1/4. So you just have to, I mean, you can play with this, guys. There are so many levels of these colors. So you don't have to just do the levels I'm showing you. Color wheels, if you look up color wheels, you can find color wheels with dynamic amounts of tones and levels. So you don't have to just do 3/4 blue to 1/4 yellow to get blue-green. You could do, a 16th yellow and, I don't know what, I don't do math, but you get my point. Like you can do blue with a teeny tiny bit of yellow and get a little green in it. So, here I am doing my blue violet. And again, still a little bit of that yellow. I will tell you that QOR yellow was brutal. And I said I learned my lesson, but the reality is I probably should have used the yellow last. I mean, I don't know, it was really, really tough. So anyhow, we are laying down the blue here, and we got adding our, so we got our blue violet, and then we're adding in, I'm sorry, not our blue violet. What is it called? What I call it? Cerulean. So we added our cerulean, and then we added our Algerian crimson, which I brightened the levels here a little bit so you could see it a little bit better. And you can see that the magenta kind of color that Algerian crimson is definitely going to give us a lot more of a purple look. And you can see over here, I actually start adding in more of that color, less of it, just to kind of play with it a little bit more. But I'll tell you what, it was so much easier to get a violet look. And here I'm doing it again. I just kind of brightened it a little bit so you guys could see it in a couple different levels. I played with the light on this clip so that you guys could see it. Obviously, it's going in and out. I'm hoping you can get an idea for how violet this is. Now, you want it a little brighter, add some white to it. You want a little darker, add more blue or add more dark black or brown or however you want to do it. But you can definitely see that it is a lot more violet. When you look at it here, you can certainly see that you're losing that red that you got with the bottom one, and that you have more of a rich color with the top. I know it's not a perfect way to look at it because obviously in video and camera and all that kind of stuff, you have to play with it a little bit. But I hope this helps. I'm happy to help you guys with color anytime you need it. I do understand color as a hairdresser. I've been doing hair for 20 years. And I will tell you, I've had to fix color and deal with color and mess with color my whole life. And as an artist, it definitely works together. And I find that my education as a hairdresser, and listen, we used to do this with paint and color and like those things you put in the water and turn colors. I mean, everything. So I've done these color wheels so many times I could probably do with my eyes shut. But it does take some practice, and you have to understand, you know, if you want to get rid of red, you add some green, and you go the opposite side of the color wheel. Use your colors wisely, and you'll be able to pretty much get anything you want. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much.